Okay. Ciao. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Audrey. It feels so weird to say that after such a long time. Anyway, my name is Audrey and this is my doll boudoir, and today at my doll boudoir we are customizing yet another doll, and the doll that we're going to be customizing is Coco Vanderbilt, and the doll that she's going to become is the infamous 4th of July. Hear the crunch. The hair should don't move. Anyway, the doll that she's going to turn into is the infamous 4th of July doll. Some people love her, some people hate her. I personally am in love, and I've been meaning to make her for the longest time, and I think I would have made her at some point, but if it wasn't for that boy doll at on Instagram, I don't think I would have made her that soon. So thank you for giving me the incentive to make her. And I mean, why do I keep doing this? This does not make the video any better. You're here to watch me make the doll. Why am I here? Why? Anyway, if you're interested in how she turns out, then I guess keep on watching. And without further ado, let's get to it. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna remove her hair, and the reason why I tied it up in a ponytail is because I want to keep it in case I want to give my Coco bangs or give someone else a reroot. You know what I mean. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna warm her head up, and we're gonna take her head off her shoulders because yes, we're now gonna remove her eyes. And the next thing we're gonna do is scrape the inside of her head with a screwdriver, because I don't want no plugs left in that head. That's a lot of hair if you ask me. And now it's time to remove the face up. So this is everybody's favorite. You just put it on, you press, and then you wait. And then you take it off, and there it is. And there it is. There it is. The eye makeup. So let's speed it up. It is always a good idea to paint the scalp before a reroot, because I don't do wigs. I prefer reroots, so yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now. Painting it black with acrylic paint. That's me. That's what I do. So now that the paint is dry, I have decided to map out where I want her partings to be, because the way I'm going to be rerooting her is I have divided her head into, I think, 9 sections. And I am going to be giving her that many partings, and then I'm going to be braiding the hair as close to the scalp as possible. So pretty much the only hair that she's gonna have is the hair from the hairline and the parting itself. I do not plan on giving her any plugs in between because I want to avoid bulk. So let's get to rerooting. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is poke some new holes in that hand, because you don't want to be trying to pierce it with a rerooting needle, and it's just going to make the rerooting process that much easier. So yeah, do what you will with this. So the hair that I'm going to be using is Obsidian Black, and it's nylon hair by the Doll Hair Emporium on Etsy. And the way I approach the reroot is I cut the hair in half, and then I wrap it around my finger because the hair is quite long, and I wrap it around my finger while it's folded in half again. And I think I've showed you how I reroot when I did my Shigo custom, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab a section of hair, and then you're going to want to drag it across to her scalp, and you're going to want to push just like that. And you just repeat this process all the way throughout the head, and to me that is the easiest way to reroot. And obviously there is going to be some waste, but I don't mind it because it's very minor, and it also like makes sure that the ends aren't as even, so there aren't any blunt lines that I have to get rid of. So this is what we've got so far, and in just about a second you're going to see all the part lines rerouted. And the way I reroute part lines is by using the same plugs for the left and right side of the parting. That's why I had to section them off, because if I let that go it would all blend together. But this is it. This is all the partings done. The only thing left to do is the hairline. And once I'm done with that, I am going to start with the face up. So now that the hair is all done and the face is sprayed with a single layer of Mr. Super Clear, I am going to go ahead. I always say that. I'm going to go ahead and start the repainting process. And I'm going to go straight in with my acrylic paint. And I'm basically going to check out for a little bit because it's going to take a while. So see you later. So yeah, the first attempt was a disaster, and you're gonna see me paint on the inner corners and take them off several times, but after that I promise you that's the one I'm gonna stick with. So stay tuned and keep on watching, and if you don't want to watch the entire process, here it is in the top corner. Please feel free to skip, but I'll know. So now that we've started to sketch the eyebrows on, I just wanted to say that I would normally use acrylic paint, but what I've realized and what I've noticed when I was painting and drawing on some other heads as a trial for this custom, I realized that acrylic paint is very full on and blocky, but watercolor pencils give you the effect and the illusion of what the dolls look like out the factory. So I think from now on, I'm only gonna use watercolor pencils for the brows. So I'm not gonna lie, I really disliked a lot of what I did to her lips because none of what I did satisfied me and I had a problem with it. So what you see right now is not the final look and it is not going to be the final shade, and it will get changed. I think in the end I end up layering it so that it gives like it's going to, well, I'm gonna make it pretty, so yeah. But that's not it, just so you know. So yeah, the outfit. I don't know, maybe I make it difficult for myself, but you know, I am always happy with the end result, but I am never happy during the process of making any garment. I always question myself. So what I did is because the dress that I'm making is jewel toned, I ended up making two tube tops, bralettes, whatever you want to call them, and then I overlapped them. Well, I actually didn't make two. I made 1.5, and now you see me overlapping them, and that's how I'm going to stack them. That's how I'm going to stitch them together. And the dress is basically just a skirt that I have attached, and I have ran some decorative thread throughout the top and bottom portion of the dress, and now I'm creating the undergarment, which is basically another dress. It's a maxi dress. It's long sleeved, and I use a stencil from Emmy's long sleeve crop top, and I just drew long drapey dress, and then I created that, and I gave it Velcro in the back, and that was it. So it's you know, nothing too complicated. And now I am bedazzling some ribbon that I will attach in many layers to the dress, because this dress is a multi-layered, bedazzled concoction of everything, really. It was a process. I really don't want to bore you with it, but it's almost done, so you'll see. So yeah, this is how many ribbons I have ended up, and some I bedazzled, some I cut in half, and some I left empty. And now you can see in the middle there is the dress, on the right there is the tassels, and on the left there is a decorative piece that is made out of satin, and I didn't want to sew it to the dress because I didn't want any stitch marks on it, so I ended up just gluing it, and that is just about the only thing, apart from the tassels as well, that I will have glued. So now that the dress is pretty much almost done, I am going to use these confetti pieces, and I'll be using the same glue that I used to attach the decorative piece to the dress itself. So I don't have any pattern in mind. I'll just see where the stars look good and where they're missing and where I want the dress to, you know, reflect and shine. And obviously I'm going to try and match the pattern on the official artwork, which is very unofficial. So yeah. Look, this is one of the scariest things always when it comes to customizing rainbow high dolls. The inset eyes, this will not go well. You will see me struggle. The eyes just fall into the sockets, and that was not the vibe. I did end up damaging the eye makeup, not the eye makeup, just the MSC on the outside, and I will later on cover her eyes and just slightly spray it over. But it was really stressful. Like, I was full on shaking afterwards, and I needed a minute to like cool down, because there's nothing more stressful than spending hours upon hours creating a doll and then seeing it almost fall apart because you need to put the eyes back in. So yeah. I also forgot to say that these are Nicole Steele's eyes. Okay, so since that is done, I can take the pins out and reveal to you the hair. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a mess, and I ended up cutting every single every single string that I used to tie the sections together, and I had to retie them again just so that I can braid the hair, because the part lines weren't clean at all. So right now I'm just cleaning up the MSC from the edges, and I'll show you what she looks like when I've braided the hair. So this is where she's at right now, and I am very happy with the way it turned out near the scalp. That's how I wanted it. But when it comes to the ends and the braids in general, the parts that are hanging down, they're a bit messy and untidy, so I'm going to fix them up, make them tidy, and I'll show you how. So I've done most of them off camera, and they already look neater. So what you do is you unravel the braid like halfway up, and you keep the clips on to section them off. And I use some curly hair butter, and I work that in to make it, I guess, sticky. And then I re-braid the hair, and as you can see, it already looks so much smoother. Sorry, it was really hard to do so. I was at an angle and I was trying to record, so the camera was in the way. And then I used some mousse, some hair mousse, and I set the braid in. I cut the messy end off, and that's what I did. I ended up wrapping 2 of the braids around the base of the ponytail, and I know the hairstyle isn't fully accurate and faithful to the artwork, but I really wanted to give her some more sass and a little bit more like edge, so no pun intended. So this is what I did, and I think it turned out amazing. The shoes that we're going to be using are Daphne's shoes, and I'm going to be painting them navy. So let's do that. So while the shoes are drying, we have time to work on the earrings, and I'm using white Jeremiah's earrings. The doll that I'm working on, her entire theme is stars and red and blue. So I'm using this rhinestone chain, line, string, I don't know. And initially I left the middle of the earring still intact and attached to the stars, but later on I'm gonna cut it off and glue the pieces of the chain to the back of the stars, to the back of the earrings. So yeah. And this is what the earrings look like. I think they've turned out amazing. I'm actually in love. I wouldn't mind a pair of earrings. Like, off camera, I gave the doll some long nails, and here they are. Just putting them aside to dry. And the last step is adding the stars to the outside of the buckles of her shoes. And here she is. Here is the 4th of July doll, almost complete. She's still missing some jewelry pieces, and she's still missing some hair accessories. But other than that, that's her. And if I like, she's amazing. I love her. I really outdid myself with this one. Look at that braid sticking up sideways. I don't know. Who would have thought that the side effect of using hair mousse is stiffening of the hair? Like, how I did not see that one coming is beyond me. But anyway, here's the doll, and I am really happy with the way she turned out. So if you do too, you might want to consider subscribing to my channel, because even though the videos do not get released regularly because I am very inconsistent, I would say I put out some pretty alright content. So please like, subscribe, definitely comment, and thank you so much for watching as always. And I'll go ahead and take some pictures of her and put them at the end of this video when I'm done tucking, which is just about now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.